What's going on, my good people? Holla at y'all real quick. You already know. Another beautiful day out here. Raining like crazy. Come at y'all. Speak about be your number one fan. Everything you do, be your number one fan. Now they say April showers bring May flowers, but the rain could come at any given time. That being said, whatever it is that you are out there putting major work in, especially when it's behind the scenes, celebrate yourself. Be your number one fan. Before you can put anything out of impact, you have to know that it impacts you, yourself, first and foremost. Like y'all always hear me say, this is why I always say, go within, connect with the Most High, connect with your spiritual team. Because a lot of people don't actually believe in themselves on the highest level that they can, because they not even their number one fan. Why is that? They still got to do some more work because they still looking for validation. They doing things based upon if they're gonna get somebody to give them a validation of letting them know that they doing good, or telling them that, oh, keep doing it. Like, don't get me wrong, everybody wants to hear something like that, which is natural, which is a great thing, but don't make that the priority. Don't be led by others' opinions, others' validation, and these different things. Because then if you do something with the expectation that this person is going to tell you it was good, or this person is going to like it, or this person is going to give you that comfort level of making you feel like now you could keep going, and they don't do that, it's going to kill your dreams. It's going to kill your hopes. It's going to kill your focus. It's going to kill your intentions. So that's why I always say you got to know who you are. And when you do these things, do it for you first. You got to build a foundation, a solid foundation of yourself, connecting yourself, being aligned with yourself, with your spiritual team and the Most High. And like I always say, to each his own. If it resonates, take it. If it don't resonate, come back when you find something that do. However, whatever your belief is what your belief is. But you have to believe in you. You have to know who you are and what you bring, what you possess, what great qualities you come with that naturally is a natural impact for yourself. You know how it be, like, you do certain things and you shock yourself, like, oh wow, and you're amazed, you in awe, you in excitement. That's how you need to be for yourself at all times. You got to be your number one fan. You got to be your number one you got to be the number one person cheering yourself on. So when things seem like it's going like this, you don't give up. You don't let the current situations of the natural eye tell you that, give up, bro, it ain't gonna happen. Give up, sis, it ain't gonna happen. Nah. Become your number one fan on a high vibrational level. Meaning where no matter what, the internal you knows that everything you do is going to be impactful. It's going to impact you, everyone around you, everyone in the world who gets a glimpse to it. It's like you got to know that everything you touch turns to gold because you connected. Because you connected. Become your number one fan. Become your number one fan. Especially if you are, I'm going to say, especially when you are an entrepreneur. If you don't believe in what you're doing, you don't believe in whatever your product is, your creativity is that you putting out, why would you expect anybody else to believe in it? If you won't utilize your own stuff, why would you expect anybody else to utilize it? It's just like if you a person who converse with people who like to help people. You can talk it, but if you don't live it, meaning you could talk about trying to help people, but if you're not trying to help yourself, or you're not willing to help yourself or go through life's experience on that heavy, critical, dark level that a lot of people are in fear because that's what they believe of going through, then how you expect anybody else to just take your words and apply it to their life, but you don't apply it to yours? It wouldn't make sense, bro. It wouldn't make sense, sis. So you gotta believe in you. Say it again, you gotta become your number one fan. When nobody else cheering for you, you gotta be cheering for you. When nobody else think you gonna make it past that next level, that next line, that next challenge, you gotta know that you gonna make it past that next line, that next level, that next challenge. You gotta know it. When everybody looking for your downfall that don't exist, you gotta know that there's no such thing as a downfall. It's only an upright. Everything else opposite from that is lessons learned. No downfall. I always say that. Always said it to myself for years. For years. People looking for my downfall, it don't exist. So they're going to be looking forever. But they're going to be looking. That's the whole key. Now, how we used to say back in the day, don't watch me, watch TV. Nah, let them watch you. Because they're going to be looking for one thing that don't exist, and they're going to get everything that they knew was possible in you. Because now it exists. Not because you thought it was just possible, but because you knew. You knew that it was going to happen. You knew the work you was going to put in. You knew that you wasn't ever giving up. You knew these things. So that's why I always say, go within. Connect with yourself. Connect with the Most High. Connect with your spiritual team. Connect with the divine. Become one. Become aligned with it. And trust me, you're going to become your number one fan like that overnight. Like, that's how serious it get. That's what your abilities, your capabilities, and your power calls for. But that's when you know. When you don't know, it's because you didn't do the work. When you don't know, it's because you're not believing in yourself. When you don't know, it's because you're not connecting. You're not staying grounded. You're not becoming one with yourself, becoming one with nature, one with the universe. That's because you don't know who you are. It's because you're not seeking to find. You're not asking to receive. You're not doing any of these things. You're not doing the work. You got faith, but you ain't doing the work. So it's dead. Like I said before, it's flatline. So do the work. Stay focused. Go within. Learn you. Connect on the highest level. Do the work. And the work calls for sacrifice. You're gonna have to sacrifice the familiar things, all the things that was once familiar, the things that was comfortable, the things that were easy. You're gonna have to sacrifice those things to get to the next level. That's when you begin learning you. Start asking yourself. Ask yourself these questions. I've been there, done that, moved on. Like I always told y'all, I'm only gonna talk what I live. Ask yourself the question that when you're surrounded, if you're still in those situations, if you're still not at your highest point of raising your vibration to be high vibrational, ask yourself, when I'm not around these friends, or I'm not around these certain family members, or I'm not around these certain people at this job, or when I'm not on the clock and I'm outside of the job, do I do the same things by myself that I do when I'm around all of these situations? Ask yourself that. Ask yourself, do I put my all into me like I do when I'm around all these people in these situations? Ask yourself. When you ask yourself these questions and you going within, trust me, your mind gonna start wandering. And I'll say, let it rotate. Let it wander. Let it get the right momentum it needs to see these things clearly, to embrace them, whether good, whether not good, so you can be able to face it. So then you could take control and power, your power, back, and then start setting the right tone to put your life steps in order with your higher self, to be aligned, to have that balance. Become your number one fan. Once you start loving on you, because you know that's my big thing, healing yourself and loving on yourself is a transformation like no other. You see life differently, especially when you're spiritually connected, when you're part of the collective, the chosen family, and you know it. Even if you knew it, but you wasn't sure, but when you know it, when you know that you know that you know, and ain't nothing else could tell you different. There's nothing else that could make you decide or be indecisive about it. Not a situation, because a lot of people speak like that when everything is going great. Then when things go bad, they start questioning themselves. Like, am I chosen? Am I part of the divine? Am I spiritually connected? You got to know whether good, whether not good, whether up, whether not up, whether left, whether right, whether in control or out of control. You got to know. You got to know who you are. So I'm going to say it again. Become your number one fan. How do you become your number one fan? For example, think about on an average situation with people with their sports teams. The people who are really them die-hard fans. That whether that team losing on a losing streak or whether that team on a winning streak, they still cheering for them. They still building with them. They still pushing them. You feel me? Like, whole different level. Whole different level. And personally, what you can see, always been a Knicks fan. Always. No matter what. Whether up, whether not up. That's me. So when I say become your number one fan, it's as critical as the people that studying their team, watching their team, paying attention to their team, looking at the stats, seeing what's what, seeing like they know that you get deep into it when you're talking about a team. You would know the difference in the people who speak on the team and knowing how many games they won and how many games they lost, vice the people who know each player on the team, know how many points each player is putting up in every game, can tell you about a game from 2-3 years ago that this player put this up, or this player critiquing their game, like these different things. That focus, that direct study of learning and knowing is what you need to do for yourself to become your number one fan. It's not easy. It's not easy. You won't ever hear me say that it's easy. You're going to always hear me say that it's easy said than done. You're going to always hear that. Because I know. How do I know? Because I live it. Every day it seems like the more I'm bettering myself, the more I'm raising my vibration to maintain that high vibrational level, it gets more difficult. But because who I am personally, of understanding and overstanding, to me it's easier. Because I know no matter what takes place, no matter what happens, whether I'm up or whether I'm not up in other people's perception or whatever they view might be, I know I'm good, I'm great. I say this to myself every day, especially when a situation is transpiring that looks from the regular eye like it's not, like for what people will look at and be like it's not in your favor. I know it's in my favor, even when it don't look like it. So even when them negative thoughts try to like skeet their way in on some sneaky BS type, you know how I go, on some sneaky stuff, as soon as it start to come in, I stop them thoughts in their tracks, and I speak out, speak life to me. I'm good, I'm great. I'm worthy. I know I'm gonna make it through. I'm good, I'm great. That alone, I'm good, I'm great. I'm good, I'm great. All positivity. Speak life into me. And I'm saying that to say, because when nobody else is speaking life into you, you'll know to speak life into you, because you'll be your number one fan. I'll say it again. Become your number one fan. Become your number one fan. That's what it come down to. So like I always tell y'all, when you going through different situations, whether they good or whether they not good, don't forget what you had to go through to get to these points, to overcome. Don't forget about the pain. Everybody want the comfort. Everybody want the ease. You wouldn't appreciate the ease. You wouldn't appreciate the good if you didn't have that pain. If you didn't have the what looks bad. If you didn't have the struggle. If you didn't have to hustle. You wouldn't appreciate when you overcome and get to them points. So become your number one fan. Because as much as you going through it and putting that work in to become high vibrational and become that better individual, to become connected and aligned to your higher self on them higher levels, cheer yourself on. Cheer yourself on. Push yourself. Speak life into yourself. Don't wait to look for other people to do that. You with yourself 24/7. So somebody who's not with you 24/7, how can you expect it to come from them but not yourself? Like, come on. Let's be real. Let's be real. Believe in you. You have to believe in you before anybody else gonna believe in you. Like I told y'all in another message, when you start treating yourself well, you gonna attract it. Then everybody will treat you well.